there, it's Nursing Geek. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Greenhouse SMP, the Stina Rose Patreon server. Today, as June is just about wrapping up, I am finally getting around to doing a Pride build. Because normally I do one every June. Last year the Keepers kind of beat me to it, or the Leprechauns did, or something. But anyway, this year, I have an idea that's inspired by something Kelpie the Fox did a year or two ago, and I have not looked back at the video because I do want to try to just make my own thing that is inspired by that rather than copying or even modifying the build, although I think the essence of it is still going to be pretty much based on that build. I will go back to it and I will stick it in the card and description and whatnot after. I have been working on gathering materials galore, some of which may turn out not to be relevant after all. Why is this taking so much longer? I don't know. I have been buying the masons out of quartz. I've also got some other stuff, some other variants of quartz, some calcite, some polished diorite, and some multicolor concrete for this. I may have gone a little overboard on the green and purple, because, yeah, I may need to either there's gonna be a whole bunch of those left over, or I may need to go back and make more of some of the other colors. One or the other. Yeah, and I think what I'm going to end up doing is doing this on stream today. And then, so, you know, there'll be a time lapse and there may be some clips from the stream, but that's what I'm going for. Like last year's, though, I do plan on including some banner stuff, so I should make sure I have a thing of dyes, and I always have, hello, a whole bunch of wool, right? Do I have a whole bunch of wool? I do not have a whole bunch of wool. I will fix that. And yeah, so I will cut back over. Well, I guess I'll cut from now to either a time lapse or some clips or both. Well, so there's been some progress and there's been some fail. I failed to time lapse the initial mapping and building that happened on stream, but I will leave a link to the VOD somewhere. And there was redstone failure, and then there was a stream that got cut off because of internet failure. But at last I think we have something that I'm willing to call done and put up as my Pride build for the month of June 2023. So let me show you the time lapse I did manage to get while I head on over there. So this is what I've ended up with. I still feel like this side of the front needs something. I tried putting up some sort of like seating, like outdoor garden seating, but it always ended up looking too rustic compared to this castle, which is, I mean, a castle in aesthetics only, right? It is not very large. It is not particularly defensible considering it is made out of one of the most easily destructible blocks in the game. Um, but we have pride flags all over the place, outside and inside, all different kinds. There was much wrestling with spiral staircases. And I didn't quite get the upstairs as filled as I would have liked, but I was running out of flags. I did use one of the same tutorials as I used for the cottage in season 2 on the greenhouse. I ended up pulling up another couple tutorials, and then after that just sort of pulling up images and just doing a search on pride flags and finding any that hadn't already been done, and kind of freehanding it from there. Because the thing is, I only really make banners this time of year, so then I forget all the tricks. But once I got warmed up with it on how to like use the border and different stripe patterns to work, make things work, then it was a little easier to do. That'd be a good idea for me to go through all the flags. The rainbow is, of course, I'm sure the most familiar. And then lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. I did the same on both sides, so we got LGBT. And then inside, let's see how many I don't need to look up. I think I am going to have to come back through and put some signs because I'm even forgetting what a couple of these are now. And so I'm not going to list them out because I'm going to mess something up. So I may do that before I record the final outro here. But the other thing is, since it's a waterfront, I did decide that it needed a boat. Not a very big boat because it's not a very big waterfront. And then, of course, the boat needed a purpose. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's try that again. Hi, pig. And many thanks to Dr. Liz and mainly Dr. Liz for helping me troubleshoot the redstone for that earlier today on the world's shortest stream that happened because of the whole internet outage thing. But yeah, so let's have one more batch. And then let me go ahead and make some signs and we'll wrap up. So apparently, this is what happens, kids, when you don't make notes of your references as you go. You go back to find some of them and you can't. So learn from my mistakes. When I find these references again, which I'm sure I will at some point because I didn't do that deep of an internet search, I will fill in the ones that are missing. But for the ones that I was able to get, pull back up, which will be linked, we've got gynosexual, polysexual, agender, bare brotherhood, gender fluid, polyamory, asexual, which apparently I did twice in two different like orders, left to right. I'm not sure why. Sapphic, genderqueer, aromantic, asexual again, intersex, demisexual, pansexual, non-binary, not sure, androsexual, not sure, in particular the ones that have only two colors. I have a whole bunch that are only two colors. They must have come from the same source. Can I find that source? No, I cannot. Demi-boy, demi-romantic, avrosexual, drag, not sure, demi-girl, not sure. So I have a lot of gaps to fill in, but it is getting quite late. I do want to put this out before Pride Month is entirely over, but I will fill those in once I find my sources. And yeah. Is it day out? Oh, good. Are there 8 million creepers just waiting to pathfind their way in from beyond the shrubbery? Because I've been in there for a while. Shockingly, no. Okay. Well then, I will take this opportunity to say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you and that you took your time to click and watch all of this. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy Pride.